Welcome to Rapportkommentarer Direkt, which is held in English this time because then we're able to talk to Richard Paxman, the CEO of Paxman. How are you, Richard?
I'm very well, thank you, and apologies my Swedish hasn't improved since last time we spoke.
That's something to work on. So the Paxman Group's sales, they amounted to 21.7 million Swedish crowns for this quarter, the second quarter, with a small yet positive net result of 0.3 million. Are you happy with these numbers?
My team and I are really happy with the numbers. I think if we look at where we were for the same quarter last year, we've seen over 70% growth in income. If we look at the first 6-month period of 2018 versus this year, again, nearly a 70% improvement or growth in sales. So definitely a great achievement and testimony to our hard work and efforts. You note about our relatively small profit, but it is a profit, and I think that's delightful. We'll continue to work hard on improving that. I think one important thing to consider is that although our net operating position is 0.3 million SEK, if we look at our EBITDA, which specifically takes into account the depreciation on the large volume of assets we've placed into the United States, it's really positive at over 3 million SEK for the period and continues to grow. So all in all, very happy.
And where's your focus right now, Richard?
Our focus really has to continue to be reimbursement within the United States. So as you'll have seen, we continue to install lots of equipment into the US, into new customer install bases. Our enrollments continue to grow, but really I think the key to growth is reimbursement. So we will continue to invest in our reimbursement activities, which include looking at CPT coding, which look at HCPCS coding, which looks at commercial payer strategies. And we do believe, maybe not in the short term, but the longer term, scalp cooling will be covered by those both commercial and government payers, and that will have a huge impact on the business.
So talking about where your focus is, geographically you received market registration in Brazil in June, and about a week after that you received an order from Australia. And if we're looking at this quarter, we've had news regarding South Africa and Pakistan. What's the most exciting region right now?
So as you will see, we're truly now a global company, and it proves that all our eggs are not in one basket. As we say in England, we're really focusing worldwide and not just on one market. But for me, in terms of geographical focus away from the United States, I would say Asia. So as you will have seen, we've had 20 systems go out to Japan. We've got another order for 10 systems in Japan. And what's exciting about the Japanese market is we don't only sell capital equipment, we sell single patient use cooling caps. So a huge opportunity, and we're only just starting. Not only do we have the Japanese market, we have some other Asian markets, but our focus will shift as well slightly to look at China, which again is one of the largest healthcare markets and very exciting for the company. We're doing our due diligence at present. And then in addition to that, we're just reviewing the South Korean market, which again could be a really huge opportunity for the business. We're just understanding our clinical trial strategy at present.
So we'll keep an eye out for developments in the Asia region then. But let's go back to the question I raised before about the market registration in South Africa. What can we expect in terms of orders coming in when you enter a new market like that?
So any market takes time and investment. However, we've been working in the South African market now for some time. We've done a reasonable amount of business development early on, working with a number of the smaller private oncology centres in South Africa and some great key opinion leaders. My colleague in our international team has just come back from South Africa at a conference, and the feedback is positive in terms of the interest. So I'm not quite sure in terms of numbers, but we expect orders for the last quarter or certainly in 2020, and we think it will be a great market and perhaps open up other opportunities in the African region also.
To summarize this global company, I wanted to touch base on your stated long-term goal of growing 25% per year. Is this still what you're aiming for?
So the 25% growth target was set some time ago, and of course I agree we'd like to continue at that, but perhaps we could exceed that. So it's a good level of growth rate, it's sustainable, and we're excited to potentially do more.
So we're in the middle of the third quarter at the moment. Are there any specific dates or happenings that we should keep an eye on for the remainder of 2019?
Well, of course, perhaps I can't give you specific dates, but I think we should continue to look at what's happening with our research centre. So, based in Huddersfield with the University of Huddersfield, we are investing a reasonable amount of cash resource into that centre, looking at the future developments of cooling caps, the topical product, which could have some really exciting innovations coming out over the next 12 months. In addition to that, we've got our work with the University of Singapore looking at peripheral neuropathy. So we're well on track with our device development for clinical trials in 2020. So again, exciting news there. And we'll also be heavily active in our global markets. So keep watching what we're doing and paying attention, and I'm sure you'll be pleased.
We'll do that. Thank you so much for coming on the show again, Richard, and I'll talk to you in the next quarter.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for your time.